Well, good Thursday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network and our live coverage. The NetCode ESports RedDriver Mighty Midget Series season finale 2024 Wheel Crown and Ironman, and we will be crowning the 2024 D champion. We are already getting into heat racing action as we join the server. It's Reed Brochart, the 93, Garrett Boyd, the 21, on the front row for heat number 1. David Krikorian and Josh Gerlach, the 66 and 71, inside and out in row number 2. And our third and final row, the 76 of James Gray, inside. Wayne Anelski in that 13 car on the outside. We'll get to all the advertising, the commercials, all of that stuff. We got a bunch to cover. And we got started just a touch late this evening. Starting to figure out that we have to throw away that old set of overlays and go with a different set. So we were trying to finish putting those together. We've got some adjustments to make, obviously, before next year. So we will get that all handled. As you got a good look there at the lineup. And now the green flag, heat number 1 underway. Everybody's going to the show tonight. So it will be a tussle for tonight's championships. Car around the backstretch. James Gray got out of shape, got the car backwards. They're coming out of 3 and 4 for the first time. Brochart, Krikorian, Boyd, Gerlach, your top 4. Anelski just a touch off of that group in the 5th spot, and Gray got the car spun around right, and he's about 5.5 seconds off of the lead pack. Couple of things that we wanted to share real quick. It is going to be complicated. Everything has to go right. Mr. Gerlach there in the 71 is going to have to get up here. He's going to have to win the heat. He's going to have to race clean all night long, and he's going to have to hope that he finishes in front of Bo Brandon on each and every feature by a few spots to clinch it. But if Brandon finishes in front of him just once, that pretty much locks it up. And Bo Brandon will repeat as season champion from C to D, and he is already our Ironman champion. We're coming around. It's going to be 3 to go this time. I'll tell you what, Garrett Boyd has found something the last couple of weeks in this midget. He is becoming very formidable. He may challenge next year for his first title, and he is right there on Brochart. Goes to the high side. Does he get the run out of 2? Too much grip off the bottom. They'll come around for 2 to go. Brochart and Boyd have broken away. Gerlach trying to work the high side around Krikorian, and he's got the spot. And now right alongside, 21 car up to the top side, down the backstretch. Brochart will have a little advantage getting into 3 and 4. Who will it be when we come out? Coming to the white flag, it's going to be Garrett Boyd by a full car length. He is not going to change what he's doing. It's been working. He'll get out of 2, get down the backstretch. He's got the lead by about 8 car lengths. Garrett Boyd coming out of turn 4. Looks like he's going to victory in heat number 1. Here comes Gerlach. Tried to get up the inside and couldn't get there. Brochart hangs on to second. Gerlach third. Krikorian, Anelski, and Gray rounding out heat number 1. So we'll take a quick look at the lineup for heat number 2. It'll be the Kiwi Conqueror, Craig Silby, in the 7 car. On the front row and next to him, the 38 of Billy Barros. Your second row inside, the 81, Mike Gebhardt. And Rylan Gray on the outside. Haven't seen Rylan in a hot minute. Last time he was here, he ran away and hid from these guys. And on the back, your current points leader and Ironman champion. Starting inside of that third row in the 49, that's Bo Brennan and James Turnbull in the 22 on the outside. There's another name that we have not seen in this series for a while. And Turnbull is always a heck of an opponent to have in the room. Where'd it go? Keep this one and do it. Oh, we got to pick, that's why. Helps when you pick a driver. All right, out of turn 4, green flag, and Craig Silby will grab the top spot early. Barros to second, but here comes Rylan Gray. He watched heat number 1. I'm sure he saw exactly what Garrett Boyd did, and he is going to try to do the same. This time gets a little wide. Here comes Turnbull up the middle in that 2 car. Oh, contact. Whoa, Billy Barros going for a ride. No caution. There goes Rylan Gray as well. Wow. Lots of contact. Let's go back and see what happened to Barros first. Billy Barros clipped the inside wall, and then Rylan Gray, he got a little Tommy Tipover action there. Let's just go back and see, because I'm interested to know if he and Turnbull maybe got together. Oh, no, he clipped the fence as well, so both drivers not doing themselves a justice there. Clipping the fence and getting themselves out of shape. Silby, Turnbull, Brandon, and Gebhardt. Gray and Barros are way back. Those two kind of racing each other with damaged cars, but they're going to give it everything they got no matter what. They know they're going to the feature tonight for 30 laps. 3 to go. Second heat race. Silby. Easy. Right through the middle. Just a little bit up off that bottom wall right there. As we come to 2 to go, and Turnbull trying to run him down. Close in, get tight. Far just not quite happening. Coming around, white flag. Down the backstretch, it's going to be all Silby in heat number 2. He'll pick up the win. Turnbull second. Brandon third. Gebhardt fourth. Gray is going to come home a distant 5th, and Billy Barros just too much damage, could not finish the heat race. He's going to start at the back of tonight's first A main. So this show was random draw. Run your heat. We'll try to do a redraw, it looks like. Let's see, maybe they're going to send me a message that says 2 minutes of warm-up, but it doesn't say if we are going to do our redraw. Got to have 15 entries to do the dash of the redraw, and they are not going to do it. So we're going to have a 40-lap feature tonight for the season finale. As our drivers will come out for a couple of minutes of warm-up. Start number 99 for driver 49 right there. That next race will be his 100th start. He is going to be crowned officially the Ironman champion with that 100th start. And it's very likely that he will be the 2024 D and back-to-back season champions from 2024 C and D. And he needs to keep that momentum and carry it all the way into 2025, because things may be a little different. He may get some challengers in 2025. We'll just have to see. What else is going on here? Track record, not in danger of being broken yet. Could be in session number 2. 15.413 seconds. Brendan Rogers holds that. Our hot shoe this week is going to be Bo Brand. He is going to start at the back of this first feature. That's going to make it a little more interesting. January 23rd is when you will see this group back in action. If you want to register, go to netcodeesports.com and register for the series. So they'll start back up 2024 or 2025A, excuse me. Let's see. We have hosted 6 previous events at this track. We've had 4 different winners. Colton Snyder and Brennan Rogers both have 2 wins each. I believe Brennan Rogers swept when we were here the last time. Bo Brennan and Cody Parmley have each picked up victories. Yeah. A lot going on there. A whole bunch of drivers with good average finishes, 5.5 or better. Silby, Broshart, Krikorian, Anelski, Yankee. It looks like we're going to get ready to advance and go to our feature for show number 1. Let's take a look at the starting grid. It'll be Garrett Boyd and Craig Silby on our front row in the 21 and 7 cars. 93 in the 22. Broshart inside. Turnbull outside row 2. Gerlach in the 71 inside row 3. Next to his contender, his nemesis in this points battle, Bo Brandon. Then Krikorian in the 66, Gebhardt the 81, making up row 4. Row 5 is Anelski the 13, Gray the 87. And your back row for feature number 1 tonight, the 76 of James Gray inside, the 38 of Billy Barros outside. So there's your points leader and the guy that's challenging him for it. So much has to happen. We'll get a little shuffle, deshuffle at the front. It'll be Turnbull going to the point with Silby. And then Broshart to row 2 inside. And Boyd will leave the pole position and drop back to position number 4 on the redraw. So 38 points separate the two. Josh has to be perfect. He's got to sweep everything, all the bonuses. He's got to get the fast time bonus in session 2. And Brandon has to finish P6 or better in both, if that happens, to win it by a point or 2. If Gerlach wins the first feature with the clean bonus and Brandon finishes 14th, then they would go with a 1-point difference, since it'll be no better than or no worse than 12th. It'll be a lot closer. I think Bo Brandon will still have the points lead going in no matter what. And if Bo Brandon finishes ahead of Josh Gerlach in this first feature, it's over. It would officially be over. So we're going to pay attention to all that. We look for victory laps. We look for info everywhere we can get it. We're getting some now. These guys will come around, and this time when they come out of turn 4, they'll start doubling up, and we will get a start officially from our front row at the end of the next lap. Mike Gebhardt. Probably going to have to roll and race and run and fly. And yeah, they're going to double up right here. He's got to hustle. Don't know how he missed the start, but he missed it. So he'll catch the back of the field. Get down, get just a little closer. Turnbull and Silby getting us started. We're underway. Feature number 1 for the season finale, 40 laps. Turnbull right to the front, Silby second. The battle's behind that. Boyd and Gerlach are going to go through turns 3 and 4 side by side. And Boyd will have the advantage. Gerlach had to check up a little on that inside line as he got right up to the back of Silby. He saw Bo Brandon drop to the back. He is moving his way through. He's up to 10th from 12th. And we're watching Gerlach come at us down the front stretch. Cars all over. Our Ryland Gray, all kinds of problems getting out of turn 4 right there. battle for the 4th position still. Gerlach and Brochart side by side. Anelski tried to get his nose in there and just couldn't get close enough. Forced the two to separate a little bit. And they are still going to be going at it down the front stretch. This time Brochart with a good run off the top side. He'll grab that position. Anelski with the slider almost got the left side of Gerlach's car, and that would have been very unfortunate. That's Billy Barros on the bottom. He's 3 wide coming out of 4 with Bo Brandon and David Krikorian. And Bo Brandon on a charge. Up to another 3 wide through the middle between cars out of 4. He's about 3 spots behind Gerlach right now. Make it 2. Krikorian bumps the fence. That's a freebie. And Billy Barros had problems getting off the bottom of turn 2. That opens it up, and that's a couple of easy spots for Bo Brandon. He is right there now. Caution for the first time, Rylan Gray. Rylan Gray having all kinds of issues back here. And this is not typical of Rylan Gray. He was still just far enough sideways. But that's what triggered that yellow flag. And I think he's just trying to get in. Boy, guys were trying to dodge him, and he was just trying to get that thing to the infield. So we'll slow it up just a little bit. Turnbull, Silby, Boyd, Brochart, Gerlach, Anelski, Krikorian, Barros. Brandon is 9th. Oh, they went back a lap. Yeah, he had cleared all those guys, and we didn't get back to the start-finish line. That's why he had to go back behind those guys. And then Gephardt, Gray, and Gray. We'll get the pace truck out of the way. Are we single file for the restart? I guess we've been doing that. All the other series do double wide.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, green flag, and I thought Silby was going to time it up and get to the inside, and that might be a big no-no. Especially if you get back to the start-finish line first. You get a black flag for that. But he had to check up, and that's going to open up things a little bit for James Turnbull. Oh, that time Silby with a good run through the middle, and he bumped Turnbull. He had to straighten the car out, and that allowed Garrett Boyd to find enough momentum to make a drive-by. Now Silby back in 1 and 2, goes right back to second place. I think Boyd's car is very good in 3 and 4. He needs to figure out the bottom maybe in 1 and 2, the top in 3 and 4, because he's really good from about the center out. He gets a big run, and he makes up a whole lot of ground. Brochart, Anelski behind that. Gerlach still trying to work his way back into the top 5. Here comes Bo Brandon. He's up to 8th and working the bottom, trying to take spots away from Barros and Anelski at the same time, and he just didn't have enough momentum to get beside him. He'll settle back in line. Everybody's still on the lead lap. Turnbull with kind of a funky little slider line there. Silby back to the bottom. That's where Craig likes to go anyway. He loves to run down low. Just keep working it. Eventually it'll come to him. Boyd still 3rd. Brochart, Barros 4 and 5. Gerlach is 6th. He was 5th. Anelski's right behind him, and Bo Brandon trying to take the spot away from Wayne Anelski, and he's going to have it this time getting into 3 and 4. Gerlach went with a little slider there in 3 and 4. Got alongside Barros, but he's not able to clear him, and that's going to open things up. Here comes Bo Brandon, and if Brandon finishes ahead of Gerlach in this main, it'll be officially over. The points chase will be done, and Bo Brandon will be on a double victory lap in session number 2. I believe what they're going to do is take the finishing order from this feature, and that's how they're going to start the second feature, or maybe we're back to the top 5. I'll go look that up and see which one they're going to go with. But we got a battle for the lead. Turnbull up high, Silby down low, and man, they were side by side down the backstretch, almost touching tires. And this time Turnbull banks it off the fence. We'll watch them go at it a little bit here. Okay, so we're going to use the regular format this time. And we are going to do qualifying with the top 5 locking in show number 2, and then the LCQ. We're coming around, we're creeping in. Well, we just crossed under halfway, actually. We are 2 laps below the halfway mark. Silby with a problem, got into the inside wall. He's losing a lot of ground. He lost a second to Turnbull that time. Boyd is still 3rd. Brochard is 4th. Now Brandon battling Barros for 5th. Brandon, familiar territory, right down against the inside. He'll keep that left front tire as low as he can and trying to use those launch pads of grip on the exits of the corner. And you saw Josh Gerlach get a great run out of 2 on the cut down line. He just couldn't use it to get around Barros. He needs to get back in front of the 49 car so that there is any chance at all he can win feature 2 and sweep a few things and maybe steal the title, but I don't think he's going to get there. Those 2 are going to touch. They were trying to race real close and real tight. Both drivers keep it facing forward, and they'll continue, but Gerlach takes the spot away. Turnbull. Let's get our drone out. Follow him a little bit with the drone right now. Just banking it off that turn 1 fence. That's numerous laps in a row. That time looked like he caught it a couple of times. And he is driving away from Craig Silby. Reed Brochart now just getting past Garrett Boyd right there. And he is on the podium currently. We're coming around, 9 laps to go. Seven to go this time. Turnbull 2 seconds in front of Silby. Brochart in 3rd, but Boyd is closing right back up. Bo Brandon now in the mix, up to 5th as he is trying to reel in the 21. Josh Gerlach all the way back in 9th place. And if it finishes the way it is right now, that'll seal the deal. It'll be all about the 49 in show number 2. Wave a lap that time, 5 to go, and your leader already way down the backstretch and into turns 3 and 4.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Caution as we got cars together in turn number 2, and the leader was barreling down on him. We'll watch these two right here, Anelski and Gebhardt. Oh, Gebhardt just overcooked it a little bit through the center of the corner. And he got the car spun around. I don't think there was much in the way of contact between he and Anelski, but it's going to slow the pace down. We're going to try a green-white checker finish here. So we're going to have a 3-lap shootout when we take the green. Lights go off on the pace truck.
Green, green, green.
Interesting start back to green flag racing. And Turnbull right out front. He is just starting to throw the gap wider and wider. 2 to go that time by. With that bump of the fence, that's going to put a challenge in, and here comes Sylvia. Well, I'm not sure what's going on there, but they're going to open the door and let Bo Brandon get to the front right here. Off the fence out of turns 1 and 2. Turnbull got a good run, but Brandon had a fantastic launch out of turn 2. Here comes Bo Brandon, and he is going to win feature number 1. Turnbull second, Brochart third, Sylvian Gerlach 4 and 5, and that right there is going to seal the deal. Your 2024 D champion as well as your 2024 Ironman. Driver of the 49 car, Bo Brandon. We'll talk to him shortly. But right now, we're going to bring them down here. Let's start getting our drivers in. We'll hope that Mr. Turnbull makes his way to us. But we'll start with Reed Brochart. Reed Brochart, you got a copy?
I got a copy, Roger.
All right, man. A podium finish in show number 1 on the season finale. And it was not without some excitement.
Yeah, honestly, that was a absolutely fantastic race. I mean, there were battles throughout the field. Once again, it seems like we always hook up in main events. Garrett and myself had a really good battle. I was pretty much behind him most of the feature. He made a little bit of a mistake off of 2, and I knew it was my only opportunity through a big slider. Super glad to have been able to give him space, and yeah, that was awesome. I had a really good time. I hope it was as much fun broadcasting as it was in the car.
It was fun to watch you guys going at it right there, and it looked like, there was a couple of good lines around the track, and everybody was able to pretty much navigate it. The inside wall will jump out and get you every once in a while, but you were able to keep it pretty straight all night. Just kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time at the end there, maybe, to grab that victory.
Yeah, it was pretty sporty there on that last restart off of the corner. I honestly just tried to avoid some of that. I might have been able to force my way through, pick up another spot, but honestly, to come away with 2 podiums, 2 weeks in a row, that feels pretty good. I definitely struggled a good chunk of this season, so to cap it off with another podium feels really good. I mean, it's always a great night when I get interviewed by you, Roger.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate that. Give me a couple shout-outs before we let you head for session number 2.
Thank you, Roger. Got to shout out the B team, my teammates, especially DK. Shout out to Josh and Billy for putting on such a good race, and RedDriver, who came aboard and sponsored the series throughout this year. Brendan Rogers is a good friend of mine, and I really appreciate all the support he showed. And same with you, Roger. Thank you for coming out and broadcasting week after week. It's much appreciated.
All right, man. Congratulations, and we'll look forward to seeing if you can repeat in session number 2. Reed Brochart finishing in 3rd, and now let's grab the driver of the 2 car. He doesn't have the car on the track. I think he's getting it ready for session number 2. But James Turnbull, man, just one too many times to the well up there in 1 and 2, and it kind of bit you.
Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate. I think that last race restart, on the start, I got some contact from behind at second, and car didn't feel as good. Up top, I felt like the rear end was askew, so when I went up there to hit the fence like I normally did all race, it tossed the nose, and it was just unfortunate. But we had a great race. Glad to be back with NetCode and first race back, and showed great speed, and unfortunately we didn't seal with a win there.
Well, there's going to be a second show. You may have a second chance at this, but it looked like really you needed to run the top the entire night to keep that thing up front. A lot of guys were making some headway on the bottom. Did you have any idea those guys were running down there?
Yeah, early racing with Craig there, I had the momentum up top, and, the bottom was pretty good throughout the middle of the race and middle of a run, and he would pull up alongside me, but I'd have enough momentum off the top to be able to keep, going down the straightaway there. So it was a pretty sporty race between me and Craig, and I don't know what happened. I know with a couple laps to go, I looked down, I had about a 2-second lead until that caution came out. But all I knew is I need to get my prop plane wound up on the top and, just keep her hammer down, and everything would sort itself out.
All right, man, a couple shout-outs, a couple thank yous. We'll let you get over there and start getting ready for session 2.
I just want to thank you guys for putting this on. I think it's a really cool deal. I wish I could race with you guys more, but, real life obligations have tied me away. So it's really cool to come back and race with y'all again, and I can't wait for the second race.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll look forward to seeing if you can go ahead and seal the deal in session 2.
All right, absolutely. Thank you.
James Turnbull finishing in 2nd, and now we get to talk to this guy again up here. It's becoming regular. Once again, the 49 car at the end of one of these things, somewhere on the podium, and it's been on the top step quite a few times lately. Well, he does it again to open up the season finale, and that locks the door, throws away the key. He is officially your Ironman champion, and he's also your 2024 D champion. Bo Brandon, a little fortuitous, but I think you had enough car to maybe get there on your own anyway.
I don't know about that. I had enough car maybe to get to the podium, especially with the late caution. I don't think I was catching Garrett or Reed unless that caution came out. And so when the caution came out, I was pretty happy. I was, rubbing my fingers and going, okay, I think I can squeeze a third out of this. And I did not expect the chaos to ensue. And man, I benefited about as well as you could benefit. You never expect to win a race restarting 5th with 3 to go. So it feels like an absolute gift. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. So can I complain about coming from the back and pulling out a victory? Needed all 40 laps to do it, and a lot of luck along the way. And I'm just feeling really good about the season as a whole, and that one especially.
Well, you are the champ. I don't think that they have officially crowned you from race control and all that, but I did have all the points scenarios in, and all really you needed to do was finish ahead of the 71 car in the first feature, and that pretty much sealed the deal. So second show, you're going to let it all hang out?
I'll be starting from the back again, and yeah, I'm just here to have fun. I ultimately I'm here to take my Ironman championship home. That's what I've been gunning for the whole year. The season championship, that's kind of a bonus on top. Obviously, I want to win that, and I'm not going to come out here and putt around. I still want to come out and compete and try to win, and so it always feels good to win. And man, that was just a great race all the way through. I got to give a quick shout out to Billy and Josh. We were 3 wide for a few laps and sliding, and it was just a lot of fun racing mid-pack there for a while, and then to be able to cap it off with a lot of luck to win that race. That feels pretty good.
Well, you think you had the Ironman wrapped up a couple of weeks ago, but I'm not sure if you just set a record. I don't know that we have had a back-to-back season champion in this series in 3 years.
That'd be something worth asking about. I'm not sure.
I'm going to
either,
check with the stats guy between races, and I'm going to ask him: is this the first back-to-back champion in seasons?
Yeah,
whether it
that's
been
good to know.
A D to an A or an A to a B, is a B to a C, et cetera, et cetera. Because C and D together, along with the Ironman, I mean, obviously, you've been the car that's got the most podiums all season long, and you're getting ready to start your 100th race in the series. When we go to session 2, you're going to get all kinds of hardware there, buddy.
Yeah, I know. This is a pretty big night for me in this series. It's man, I've been thinking about it today, and I was kind of thinking back to like the first race that I did, and I came in and kind of late in one of the particular seasons, and I just remember coming in and thinking, man, I better not wreck anybody. They're racing for championships. I'm just here to kind of, I really just joined the league to see, what I could find and have some fun on Thursday nights, and man, I just really clicked with all the guys that were here, and the guys, the series regulars that are here. There's so much respect, and it's just a good time. We race hard, but it's all in good fun, and there's mutual respect all the way around, and that's everything that I'm looking for at iRacing, in an iRacing league. And I can't ask for a better group of guys. I can't ask for better admins and Josh, Billy, and Robert, and just so much props to them. I wouldn't be starting 100 races here if it weren't for such good leadership up at the top. And so, as cool of a night as this is for me to be able to grab 1 and maybe 2 championships as well as a 100th start, I really got to owe it to the league and the camaraderie and the culture of this league that they've brought in and curated. So, props to them. Truthfully, I wouldn't be here without them. So, yeah, it's been so much fun. Here's to 100 more.
Now, well, I've got a guy in here that maybe can answer. Josh Gerlach, have we ever had a back-to-back season champion with the Mighty Midget Series?
I'd have to check with our statistician, Billy Barros, but I don't believe so.
There we go. Let's find out. I brought him in the channel. Billy Barros. I figured I should ask you first, but I asked Josh because he started this thing forever ago. Have we had back-to-back season champions in the series?
We absolutely have not.
So records have been broken here tonight.
Yes, they have. No straw
There we go.
Hell of a way to do it too.
There we go.
You guys missed me praising you guys before you got in here, but yeah, I wouldn't be racing 100 races without you guys, cultivating just such a good, awesome culture where we can race hard and race with respect, and there's not a lot of bull crap that's been happening that's so prominent in leagues. A lot of drama that just doesn't happen here, and that's what I'm looking for. And I always look forward to Thursday nights because of it. And man, I just think that this is just such a fun place to race. And yeah, I can't thank you guys enough. So.
All right. Well,
thanks, Bill. Congrats to you. I know. I think you probably officially wrapped up the D championship there with the win. So congrats on the Ironman. Congrats on the 24D. You're a great ambassador for the league, and without drivers like you and Billy and everybody else that's here, we don't get to do this. So it's my pleasure, and with the help of Billy and Roger, we get to put it out on the interwebs. So hopefully we can put on another good show here in session 2.
Yeah, we're spraying the champagne with you tonight, Bo.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys coming in and answering the questions. Bo, congrats on the win. Congrats on the championships. We'll look forward to seeing what you can do with your victory lap here in just a little bit. But it is time for everybody to head for session 2. We'll be along just shortly.
Thanks, Roger.
All right, that'll do it for show number 1. Man, what a deal. And the guy sets the records. We will not go anywhere. We are going to try to just go ahead and flick over and go to the second session. I am going to run some of the commercials that we would normally run that we didn't get to run at the beginning in between sessions while we make those swaps. So don't go anywhere. If you see something you like, make sure you go and visit all of these awesome sponsors. And we will be back here in just a moment with session number 2. Alrighty, we're back. Just waiting for a couple of things to get initialized so we can get ready to kick this thing off for session number 2. We are hoping that it initializes here quickly. There we go. That's what we were waiting for right there. And here, watch a few of these drivers. They're going to give them a couple of minutes work the track. They want a very, very, very good track for the season finale. It's already been determined who the 2024 D champion is, who the Ironman champion is. A kid had a fantastic season. He had a string there of, I want to say, in excess of 15, 16 straight podium finishes between the B and C seasons. Then got that broken. Man, didn't take him but just a week or two, and he got right back on it and got onto that podium string again. He won the 2024 C championship and has been pretty much the dominant car here in the D season. A couple of bad finishes, hot shoe finishes that didn't work his, didn't fall his way. Maybe a third place finish, a fourth place finish, but kept his points up, kept himself out front, and he earned another championship, the first back-to-back season champion in series history. So he's got 2 out of the 4 and the Ironman. That's a lot for a season. It'll take a long time for somebody to best that record, I am sure. Yes, Ron, you should be very proud of him. He did a fantastic job all year long. Well, let's see what they're asking for. They were asking if we were just about ready, and we got to tell them, yeah, we are just about ready. We're good to go right here. Let's get the final race of the 2024 season underway here for the NetCode ESports RedDriver Mighty Midget drivers. Comes Billy Barros rolling onto the track. Rylan Gray already down 3 and 4, ready to go onto the clock. Top 5 lock in. They'll go straight to the front 3 rows of the feature. Everybody else, well, they'll just come out and run that little B main. And the winner of that will join those 5 in the 6-car redraw. 40 laps. Series, season, and year finale. These guys won't see them until nearly the end of January when they pick up for 2024. Rylan Gray, 16-6. He's number 1 right now, manning Urish. Wow, we haven't seen him in a while, and he comes in. Goes 4th quick. Garrett Boyd was 2nd quick on his first lap. He's actually quickest and then got bumped down by Rylan Gray. He's 3rd quick right now with Barros jumping ahead of him. He'll come around for his 2nd and final lap. And he didn't pick it up at all. So right now Wayne Anelski is the bubble boy. And here goes Josh Gerlach trying to get through there. Looks like we got about 14, maybe 13 or 14 drivers for this session. So we're picking up a car or two. Gerlach goes 2nd quick. Bo Brannon goes 2nd quick and moves them all down. So now Garrett Boyd is the guy on the bubble. I can tell you that Craig Sylvia is going to come out here. He's going to putt around, and he is going to be the slowest guy in qualifying because he wants to go to the back of that B main and pass cars. So we will not see the Kiwi Conqueror trying to grab the top spot. Gebhard and Krikorian just finished up. He'll be 7th quick, and Gebhardt just finished up, and he will be 9th quick. So Turnbull, and I don't know what Turnbull, he must have had a problem in qualifying. He lost all of his time on laps. He is going to go to the back of the B main with Craig Selby, it looks like. It'll be Brandon, Rylan Gray, Gerlach, Barros, and Boyd with the automatic draw into the season finale. Bo Brandon already on the victory lap and putting it down. He is going to gain quick time. We'll see what he does. He may draw that right out to a pole. He may be fastest and draw it to a pole, and then that would be very difficult for anybody else to come up here and beat him. In that feature, he'd sweep the night, close out the season, winning everything, and that would be pretty fun to watch. So let's get ready for our B main. This is how we'll grid them out. The 93 of Brochart next to the 66 of Krikorian on the front row. Anelski in the 13, row 2 with the 81 of Gebhardt. Then inside row 3, the 25 of Urish. He has James Gray in the 76 on his outside. And your final row for the B main. On the inside, the 7 of Craig Silby. And on the outside will be the 2 of James Turnbull. They're going to go 12 laps. Winner goes into the 6-car redraw. And you might be able to parlay a B main win into the pole for tonight's season finale feature. Let's go to the back. There's your 2 cars at the back. I think the sugar rush could be over. I might be coming down from my sugar rush. I did something I do rarely. I drank a big old soda pop. I don't do well when I do that. I usually get lethargic and I feel terrible because of all that sugar. But it gives me a little energy boost. But when I come down, it's like falling off a 20-story building. It's quick and painful. Brochart going to grab the lead on the green flag. Krikorian the second. Man, I thought he and Anelski were going to have problems. And Anelski does have a problem. Anelski got clipped right there. I think he was trying to stay off of Brochart or off of Krikorian, and when he moved the car, somebody else was to the inside. I don't think he knew they were there. They tapped tires. Around he goes. That'll set us up for Brochart, Krikorian, Silby, Urish, Turnbull, Gebhardt, Gray, and Anelski quite a ways back. Looks like he's going to go straight to the pits, and he will start dead last in the season finale tonight. But from the back row to third with 10 to go, going to be 9 this time, Craig Silby, the Kiwi Conqueror, rolling the bottom and making the car go fast. We'll go, and we can see the 2 car up at the top, making up time as well as Turnbull will go all the way to the fence at 3 and 4, drive the car out. Down here in 1 and 2, he's going to go all the way up. And that right rear is going to hammer the fence. It didn't this time. That's the first time in a few laps. He has not just hammered that car off the fence. 25 of Urich, and that time he hammers it a little too much. Woohoo! Good job pedaling it. He'll get the start over, but don't look now. Here goes Craig Silby for the lead out of turn number 2, and he's going to go from the back row to the front. And David Krikorian is trying to stay in lockstep with him. Running that same line. He said, if you can do that, I bet I can try it. And maybe I can get back up here and challenge you for the win. 5 to go this time. Slider from Turnbull, and Urish crossed him right back over. This time off the top side. Urish didn't quite get the car straightened out. That's going to open things up for Turnbull. He will go back to that slider line in 3 and 4. We'll watch him down here in 1 and 2. That time a little too feisty getting into turn 1. Not quite enough cushion up there right now for that aggressive line that he was taking. And Craig Silby gets to the 3 to go sign about a half second before Krikorian. Then it's Brochart, Urish, Turnbull, Gebhardt, and Gray are going at it back here for 5th and 6th. And that time, James Gray got up over the fluffy stuff in the car, just didn't like it at all. He had to really work to get that car to not tip over. And that'll slow him way down. Krikorian had the bottom working very well. Now he's going to drive alongside, made contact, pushed Silby wide. Silby's still going to get to the white flag first. Gilby left the door open. He didn't keep that left front down against the inside wall in 3 and 4, and Krikorian was able to make a run through the middle of the corner. He tried to do it again to no avail. Craig Silby will go to the redraw. He wins the B main. Krikorian, Brochart, Urish, Turnbull, Gray, Gebhard, and Anelski. And Gebhardt was the car coming out of 4 that was right in front of the leaders, and I don't know what happened to him. But that car was way out of shape down in 3 and 4 on that run to the white flag. So, we'll wait on the redraw. The field will be set. Everybody will get a couple of minutes out here, and then we will get ready to put our last 40-lap feature for the evening, the season, and the year on Thursday nights. Out on the track. These guys will be off for about 4 weeks. They will be back on, I think it said January 23rd. Thursday nights will be wide open for a few weeks. Whatever will we do? Actually, we will do whatever, I suppose, should be what I said. Want to remind everybody, final show for the week tomorrow night, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. American Dirt Series 360 Wing Sprint Cars, round number 2 of their new season. They had 35 cars, I think, last Friday night. I think that's what the count was, 35. So be sure you tune in for that. And then Sunday night doubleheader. Mars Mini Stocks, 8 o'clock Eastern. Aces Up Sim Sport Pro Challenge Series 410 Wing Sprint Cars as they follow the iRacing Pro Series. They will be the 9:30 Eastern start. And then Monday night doubleheader. Dirt Slingers, Monday Night Thunder, round 9 of 10 for those guys in both the big blocks and the 360s. Big blocks at 8 Eastern, 360s at 9:30. Tuesday, ERA, round 2 of their new season. And that'll be it next week. It'll be a super-duper short broadcast week until Friday night when ADS will be back on the track. Wednesdays and Thursday will be open Christmas Eve, Christmas. We want to make sure that if we don't get to see you between now and then, we do wish you a Merry Christmas. And if we don't see you before New Year's, please be safe and have a Happy New Year. Here we go. Now we got the lineup. How are we going to do it? Well, we're going to move Garrett Boyd to that pole, and he is going to have Craig Silby on his outside. Then it'll be Rylan Gray and Billy Barros in row 2. And Josh Gerlach next to Reed Brochart in row 3. Krikorian and Turnbull in row 4. Urish and Gebhardt in row 5. Gray and Brannon will make up row 6. And our final starter is going to be the 13 of Wayne Anelski. So they'll roll off. They'll start shifting and shuffling around. Rylan Gray is going to slide back into the 3rd spot here.
Green flag, green flag.
We'll go around this time. They'll get everybody squared away. They'll start doubling cars up, and we will get ready for the final race of the year for the Mighty Midgets. It's been an absolute pleasure, a lot of fun. I give the guys that run the series a lot of credit. They do a great job. They've got great racers here, and they have a fantastic atmosphere. And it's always fun to come in, cover the races, talk to the drivers, and then we usually go down to the lounge and hang out with them for just a few minutes at the end of the night before we go home. And it is always fun to sit down there and chat with them. They're a fantastic bunch, and they do a great job of racing around here too. I don't know, that line looks a little weird. We're going to shift a couple of guys. We're going to do a couple of weird things, but we're about to go green. Garrett Boyd and Craig Silby off the front row. Boyd on the throttle, green flag in the air. Slider line for almost everybody. First lap, and now Silby's going to cut underneath, and he will shoot to the lead, going into 3 and 4, and he'll come out, lead lap number 1. Boyd is second. Rylan Gray up to the third spot, and then Barros and Gerlach side by side. Urish on that slider line is going to be sixth. Anelski, Brochart, Turnbull right behind, and Turnbull trying to find room to race. That time Billy Barros clipped the fence. He didn't check anybody up or slow anybody but him down. And now Craig Silby with a problem. He's going to go from first to third as he went on that slider line. The car jumped up in the fluff and did not grip. And now Josh Gerlach is going to make a bid for the lead, but Garrett Boyd had momentum out of turn number 4. Silby is still third with Ryan Gray right there. Turnbull now up to 5th. Starting to figure things out on the bottom. He had been running up top. This time Gray slider across the nose of Silby. Silby cut back underneath, but Gray still got to the line first. Put him third. Gerlach around Boyd. He'll take the lead out of turn 2. Then it's Gray and Silby. Turnbull still 5th. Barros is 6th. Anelski's right there. I'll tell you who's not making a lot of headway right now. That's the 49 car. Gebhardt and Gray both went, James Gray. Both have gone to the pits, so we're down to 12 cars again. Making 11. And Bo Brandon. His victory lap is not going to be a victory. He's going to have to hurry. Oh, look out. Garrett Boyd had a problem. Let's go see what happened to Boyd. Did he jump the cushion in 3 and 4 and just set himself up for disaster? Got it up there. Oh, he and Rylan Gray tried to share space at the same time. And the same matter can't share the same space at the same time. So, no caution. But I think the 21 car might be hurt. Gerlach's got the lead, but I don't think he's got it for long. And, yeah, that didn't last very long at all. Rylan Gray figuring out the top side. I'm not sure that Rylan Gray had his head on straight in feature number 1. He was a little dangerous all over the place, but he is on the throttle in show number 2, and he's out to the point. Gerlach second. Silby, Turnbull 4th. Barros 5th. Now Bo Brandon is starting to make a run up. He is 6th. Anelski, Brochart, Urish, Krikorian, and Boyd is way back here, but he's trying to make up some time. Go back to the point. Chase with the drone cam a little bit. Let's watch the 87 car. Oh, that time, a little too feisty. Jumped the cushion, whacked the fence. It brought the front end up, but it didn't cost him more than about a car length. That time got the car squared up pretty good. And he is still driving away from these guys. Yeah, 0.3 of a second the last time around for Rylan Gray. Quicker than the field.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Caution. Oh, James Turnbull's going to have a problem here. Let's go see what happens to the 2 car. Right behind the 7 of Silby. We're coming down to turns 1 and 2. Oh, in up. Got super fight. You, boy, that's a big ride. He got hit again and got flipped onto his wheels. Well, looks like he's going to be okay. Maybe a little damage, but not enough to keep him out of the race. He'll have to go to the back and start over again. But he is going to have 25 laps to do it when we go back to green, and we are about to do that because the pace truck is getting out of the way. Gray, Silby, Gerlach, Barros, Brandon, Brochard, Anelski, Urish, Krikorian, Boyd, and Turnbull.
Green, green, green.
Another good start for the 87. Up to the top side off of turn number 2. Craig Silby in tow in second. Gerlach now up to third. Here comes Bo Brennan. Down on the bottom. Trying to work around Barros, and I think he had him. And he got right to the back of Gerlach's car and had to slow down. And Barros used the momentum on the top side to take the 4th spot back away from the 49. Lap times a little off from the leader. Top 2 about the same. Everybody else is about a tenth and a half slower right now. Gray and Silby pretty much the same. 16:32, 16:33 this time by. Just a little slower. And I'll tell you what, Rylan Gray is just starting to drive off now. He opened up 0.3 of a second down the backstretch that time by. Watching that 5 or 6 car battle, and Turnbull is really making up some time. He restarted 11th just a couple of laps ago, about 4 laps ago, and now he is up to 5th. Thought he was going to try to force that on the outside of Barros, and he just about got it there. Barros all the way up wide in 3 and 4. Gets a good run out of the corner.
Caution is out.
Caution once again. Josh Gurley. Oh, no, not Garlic. And Bo Brandon, too. They're right together right here. Let's watch them. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. There, Wayne Anelski comes in and shot to the front end of Gerlach's car. So we'll see if he can continue, but he's going to go to the back no matter what. Be down to 18 to go when we take the green flag. Gray, Silby, Barros, Brandon, Turnbull, Brochart, Krikorian, Boyd, Urish, Anelski, and Gerlach.
All right, man. Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
I'm not sure. We waited a long time to get that yellow flag. They were all coming off of turn 4, getting up to speed when we dropped that again.
All right, man. Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
And the pace truck is going to go around. I think we're going to get the pace truck out of the way again, and these guys are going to be way back here. I think we had a couple of cars that weren't quite caught up at the back of the field. They weren't ready yet. We'll wait and see. I'm pretty sure that the pace truck has already gone around. He's going to get out of the way on the backstretch, and we're going to just stay at pace speed with the drivers and let them give us a good, smart, clean restart here. Yep, pace truck already back in the infield. So it'll be on Rylan Gray. He drops to the bottom, drops the throttle, and away he goes. So Boy, he is timing those up good, and he is catching everybody behind him fully asleep. Barros with a run off the bottom goes to second. Here comes Brandon. Turnbull is still fifth. That time Rylan Gray got every bit of the fence and then gets Barros trying to get it back up to speed. Billy Barros is going to be our next caution. I think right front suspension might be knocked off of the 38 car. Oh, yeah, look at that wheel. Left wheel's turning, right wheel doesn't even touch the ground. So Billy Barros is going to have to take his in. And that'll move Rylan Gray to the back. That'll put Craig Silby, Bo Brandon, and James Turnbull 1, 2, 3 right now. Krikorian in fourth. Brochart, Urich, Boyd, Anilski, Gerlach, and then, as stated, Rylan Gray at the back. 16 laps remaining. A little yellow fever in this race.
Green, green, green.
But we're back to green flag again. This time, Silby got a good start. Slider line the first time by Bo Brannon and Turnbull. Both around Krikorian. Turnbull's the one on the run, but here comes Bo Brannon. He almost led that lap there, 15 to go. Side by side for the lead. Turnbull looking for racing room. Maybe trying to set up the early cut down, thread the needle between drivers. Three-car battle at the front. Silby hanging on to the lead for now. Bo Brandon right against the inside. Had second. Now going for the lead once again. Turnbull with the between them, thread the needle slider. And he did not gain a spot. He just let Silby know he was there. Up on the high side, Silby's going to get trapped in the middle. He's going to have cars running in and out. Brandon was on the bottom. Turnbull up top. Turnbull caught some fence. And once again at the line, it's Silby, Brandon, then Turnbull. Great racing at the front. We're coming around, going to be 10 to go, and this time Bo Brandon took the spot. A lot of contact. Turnbull and Silby. Now Krikorian into Silby, into Turnbull.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
Turnbull straight to the pits. I think Craig Silby is the one that's going to end up crashing here. Got tapped right there and turned around enough, and now he bounces it off Krikorian. Gets spun around. I think he can continue, but I think he's going to be damaged. And we're going to find out that Bo Brandon, from worst to first in this feature, had to go to the back for the hot shoe, and he stays at the front now with 10 to go. Krikorian, Rylan Gray is back up here. Urish, Brochard, Anelski, Gerlach, and Silby. 8 cars still on track. Turnbull in the pits, Boyd in the pits, Barros, Gebhardt, and James Gray all pitted out. 4 cautions. Rare night when we get this many cautions in the feature with this bunch. Bo Brandon on a victory lap and now on a restart with 9 laps to go. Krikorian and Gray with the haymaker slider. A lot of cars having problems back in turns 1 and 2. Urish was one of them. Rylan Gray still trying to knock the turn 4 fence down. Up to the wall in 1 and 2. He didn't gain any ground at all. And Elski now is up here in 4th. And if Gray has another problem, and Elski could find himself on the podium.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Caution. This time Urish really does a number on the 25 car. I think he broke it there, and he goes down the next corner, and I don't think that car reacts to anything that he does right here. And around he goes, and he is just sitting there. Oh, my goodness. And Craig Silby powdered him right there. Didn't have anywhere to go, unfortunately. So, Brandon Krikorian, Gray, Anelski, Brochart, Silby, Urish. James Turnbull's back out of lap down. Lights off on the pace truck. We're going to go back to green. Brandon back on the throttle. Green flag back in the air. 7 laps remaining. Keeping an eye on some action at the back here. Bo Brannon with 5 to go on the wave lap. Out in front commandingly. It's Gray and Krikorian battling for 2nd and 3rd. Rylan Gray making a run out of 2, trying to take 2nd away from David Krikorian. Meanwhile, Bo Brandon still out front. 3 laps to go. Caution once again. That time, Urish just kind of got hung in the fence there down the backstretch. Got it spun out, and he had company coming, and that's what brings out the caution, and it'll give us a green-white checker. So lights off on the pace track. We're going green. It'll be green, white checker. To wrap things up, does Rylan Gray have anything to go up here and end the year with a win? Is Bo Brandon going to get his victory everything tonight? Or can David Krikorian come from 3rd and steal the season finale? Brandon to the bottom. Gray to the top, cut down from Gray down the backstretch. Bo Brandon hugging the bottom. White flag in the air. Brandon at the point. Now cuts across slider line. Separated by 4 car lengths going into 3 and 4. Does Gray have enough momentum on the top side to steal it coming to the checkered flag? Not going to happen. Bo Brannon sweeps tonight. Victory all around for the 49. Gray will finish second, Krikorian third, then Brochart, Nanelski, Sylvie sixth, Urish, Turnbull, Gerlach, Boyd, Barros, Gebhardt, and James Gray rounding out the field for our finale. Oh, let's see. Brandon is up there. Krikorian is up there. We'll wait for Ryland Gray a second just to get him in here. That's a good one. But we'll start things off. We'll talk to the driver that finishes third to close out 2024 tonight. David Krikorian, a podium finish to end the year.
Yeah, got into the year on a good run. Kind of got bullied around early on there a couple times and got my left rear run over on one of the restarts, but didn't break the car. Bottom kind of never really went away. Kind of started going away right at the very end, but not enough to really abandon it, I'd say, and kind of survived to finish third.
Yeah, it looked like the second show, the track was quite a bit different, and some guys were struggling. You had a bunch of cautions, and that kind of messes up the rhythm a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the top was never really slick. It just, the bottom was faster. And I except for like one restart, I was along the inside guardrail the whole race.
Well, an awesome run, and you're going to close out the season here on the podium, like I stated. What are you looking for? If you got to take a month off, are you going to get a lot of practice in, or are you just going to kind of take a break and then get ready for the 2025 A season?
Probably just take a break. Just a lot of the issues just with getting good finishes. It's just kind of down to luck. Sometimes you just got to be in the right position, and a lot of the times in the kind of last 6 months we're just not in the right position.
All right, man. Well, give me some shout-outs and some thank yous as we let you close out the year.
Shout out to all the friends on the B team. Shout out to Josh for putting the show on for the last 3 years. We'll go get him again in a month.
All right, man. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll look forward to seeing if 2025 can be the year of the Krikorian.
All right. Merry Christmas.
That is the 66 of Dave Krikorian. He finished in the third tonight in the season finale. And let's grab the driver of the 87 car. He had kind of a rough night all around, but he comes home second in this one. Ryland Gray, you hit and miss with the series, but when you're here, man, you're always quick. Just looked like tonight that cushion just didn't have any grip in it.
Yeah, Lincoln's just a tough place. How the shape of the track is, it's uneven, and you know how the iRacing is now, where you have to bang it off the wall, and the wall here is not. Let's just say it's gonna hit you hard if you don't hit it right. And a few times it bit me really bad, and it teaches you just how to be consistent up there. And I think if I just maybe had a few more laps, I would have gone around him. The track was really 2-lane, and the bottom was just so easy to hit and be consistent on, so it was just hard to make any ground.
Yeah, and it looked like you had to do it a couple of times, and you nearly got there, but that last restart maybe broke the momentum a little bit.
Yeah, like I said, I think if I had a few more laps, I would have had a chance. It was tough because Bo was really good down there, and I think that last lap he figured it out, sliding up to the middle grip there, because that's where I was gaining on everybody and cutting down, running down the hill with it. But I definitely think he figured it out that last lap, because I drove it in 3 as hard as I could, and he just pulled away.
Well, we know you have a lot of real-life racing commitments, but during the cold part here, when we get ready to kick off 2025, are we going to see more Ryland Gray at the Midget Series?
We should. I will be racing IRL next week in Fort Wayne, but other than that, in Chili Bowl, I should be on a a lot more, I'm pretty sure.
What is your night this year for the Chili Bowl?
Wednesday night.
All right, man. Well, we probably will not be there. We're coming on Monday and Thursday, I think, but we may, depending on how things go, be back on Saturday. So hopefully you make it through to Saturday. We get a chance to come up and visit with you for a little bit.
Yep, appreciate it, man. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thanks, Ryland. Congrats on a great run tonight. I'll see you in 2025.
Yep. Thank you. See ya.
Rylan Gray finished in second. Now we can move. Whoops. We can move on. We can talk to. We can talk to this guy. I forget his name. Mediocre driver. He gets lucky a lot. I think a lot of guys just kind of, they kind of roll over for him. But they're going to give him all kinds of hardware this year. Dude, what's your name again?
I forgot, actually. I don't really know where I'm at or who I am.
I appreciate you playing along, man. I'll tell you what, you sweep the night to close the season. You put a whole big old stamp on this entire deal. You take the Ironman, you take the 2024 D Championship, you win both races in the season finale. You're probably going to be sad that we're going to take 3 or 4 weeks off.
Yeah, I want to race next week. What are we doing? I mean, I know it's day after Christmas, but come on now. I don't need to see family. I just need a race. Man,
rust.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It was my night. It's just, I do kind of feel bad. I don't feel like I got the clean passes that I wanted in that second race. I definitely got into Josh a little bit. I need to go back and watch it again. It seems like I was right on his bumper because I was getting railroaded on the outside and couldn't really get past him cleanly. And it's a tight track. You really only have a couple lanes to work with, and when there's a line of cars outside of you and you're on the bottom and you're just a click faster than the guy in front of you, I don't feel good about the pass that I made on him. Well, I didn't pass him. I kind of dumped him. So sorry to Josh. I wish you would have given me the EOL, even though you said you wouldn't. So I feel bad about that. But other than that, it was a great night for me. Man, I don't have any champagne in my house, but I did grab some tequila real quick. So I'm drinking some of that.
Well, don't drink too much because it makes your clothes fall off, from what I hear.
That would be a good thing.
Whoa. This is a family show. This is a family show.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, hey, you brought it up.
Yeah, my bad. Pot and kettle here. Anyway, man, I there's not a whole lot to say other than let you give all your shout-outs and your thank yous for the whole season and the year. And you set a record by being the first back-to-back season champion. You ran away with a lot of stuff this season, and the Ironman. If you wouldn't have won that, it would have been a travesty.
Well, that's very kind of you to say. There's a lot of good drivers that show up here week in and week out. You do have to show up for quite a bit of them to win that Ironman, and of the guys that were showing up for most of the races, I ended up ahead of them most of the time, and a lot of podiums is going to get the job done. I don't know how many wins I had over the course of 2024, but I don't know, 15 or so, something like that. And man, it was a fun year. It was, last year, 2023, I was still kind of getting I wasn't driving the Midget a ton, to be honest, before I joined this league, and then I joined the league, and once you're racing the same car every week, you kind of get more and more comfortable with it. So I got a lot more. What's the word? Why can't I think? It's that tequila. Consistent. I got more consistent. Yeah. And so I spent, the second half of 2023 just trying to figure out the consistency and try not to, take myself out. I still took myself out some this year, but, overwhelmingly I kept the wheels on the ground, and I did my best to just finish races. And really that's what it takes to win a long 75 race championship or whatever, how many races we ran. So man, it was a fun year. I can't thank Variix.com enough. Mighty good marketing. Roger, thanks so much for broadcasting all these races. It's always a blast to go back and watch them and hear you say all these nice things about me, unless I take myself out or somebody else out, and then you can feel free to tell me I'm a terrible driver. Thanks to Josh, Billy, and Robert for, like I said before, they cultivate such a great culture here that, it's the reason people show up and show back up week in and week out when it's a good group, solid group of guys that respect each other and can race hard. And I know it got a little messy there in this most recent race, but that's an outlier a little bit more so than the norm. Thank my wife for putting up with me. Thank my parents for, I think they're watching every week at this point, and that's always cool receive a text and hear good job, or yeah, you had him, you could have had him, you know.
Yep.
And who else do I got to thank? I think that's everybody. Did I thank you, Roger? Yeah, I did.
You did. You did plenty. And everybody's allowed a mistake every now and then. We try not to get too down on drivers. So we try to cut as much slack as we can. You've done a great job. Congratulations all the way around this season, man. I'll look forward to seeing if you can defend all that stuff coming in 2025.
Yeah, that's going to be – yeah, this is where the pressure really starts, right?
They're coming for you.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm already looking forward to it. It's just if I don't repeat the success that I've had this year, that's okay. I'm here to have fun, and this is just a great group of guys to race with.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats again, and I will be down to see you guys here in just a little bit.
Thanks, Roger.
Bo Brandon, your everything champion for 2024. He got the Ironman. He got the C&D season championships back-to-back, and he swept the night tonight. So, man, he definitely deserved everything that he got this year. So, congrats to him. I'm going to thank Josh and them again, man. It's always fun covering their stuff. Like I said earlier, I can't wait for 2025 with them, and we'll see how everything shakes out. But it's been a fun 2024 for sure. We have seen a ton of great racing in this series, and we hope that it just gets better and better as 2025 kicks off. That is going to do it for us here tonight. We want to thank you for being here. Without you guys, there's no reason for us to do this. Without all the awesome leagues giving us fantastic racing like we saw again tonight, there's nothing for us to cover. So pats on the back, big high fives to everybody. If we don't see you again between now and Christmas, have a Merry Christmas. And if we don't see you before New Year's, Happy New Year's to you too. Please be safe and come back to us. 2025 already starting to look like it's going to be a great year for a lot of broadcasting here at DSSN and DRN. But until we see you the next time, guys, peace and love to everybody. Keep